Hey guys, and welcome into another Buffy reaction. Today we are here to watch Season 2, Episodes 11 and 12, which are titled Ted and Bad Eggs. So I'm not really sure what we're walking into this week, because I don't know who Ted is. New character? New reoccurring character? Or is this just, imagine if like the monster of this episode, his name is just like, it's just Ted. So it's just called Ted and that's what it is. And Bad Eggs. I love a double entendre. What if, I feel like it's going to be a disgusting monster that like lays eggs probably for the Bad Eggs episode, but like also students, usually like teenagers actually, sometimes they get called bad eggs. So what if we're going to get like a Breakfast Club episode where everyone's in detention and they're like the bad eggs, and then there's the literal monster that somehow has to do with bad eggs. I don't know. I like to go in with just like offhand fun predictions, so that's what I'm going to say for this week. Last week, we watched What's My Line Part 1 and What's My Line Part 2, which like a lot went down. A lot went down. They were some of my favorite episodes of the show. Season 1 and 2 so far. They were so good. Like I said, so much went down in them, but I think my two big carryaways, which it's hard to narrow it down to just two, because then you guys are going to be like, well, what about this? This happened, this was crazy. But like the things that are coming to mind are like Drusilla coming to power, full power again, full physical power. That was the cliffhanger that we ended on, and it's the best cliffhanger so far, I think. Also, Cordelia and Xander just making out on the side now. That's happening. Those two things are what I'm walking away from the last two episodes. But of course, it was so much more than that. We had Kendra. It was crazy finding out that technically a new Slayer was introduced or like created when Buffy technically died at the end of season 1. We had Oz in the show a little bit more, and him and Willow met. And listen, this is a slow burn. This is a very slow burn. We've been waiting so long for him and Willow to actually interact properly, and now they have. And he's still so smitten with her, and I don't think she understands. And I'm just waiting for them to flourish. I gotta see that relationship. I would be devastated if we did not properly explore them possibly getting together. Or at least, like, what if, hey, I don't know, maybe Willow's not going to like him back. That would be a gut-wrenching because of just how much he seems to like her. And I'm rooting for him because his feelings for her are just so, like, precious. It would be really nice because that's been getting dragged on a lot. And honestly, if it got dragged out to like the finale of this season and then something finally happened with Oz and Willow, I feel like they could get away with it because I'm so hook, line, and sinkered with that possible relationship. But selfishly, I want them to get that going, and I would be so happy if in these next two episodes that we're about to watch, if at least Oz came out with like his feelings for her. He's literally said the most beautiful things to her and given her the most beautiful compliments, and I don't think she gets it. I don't think she gets it. I want to get into these next episodes, but before we do, I have a comment that I have picked out of the comment section of the last video to read out. And I'm choosing this comment because of something that I said in the last video where I was like, how come vampire slayers don't get paid? That's another thing. There was the career fair in the last video, and I don't think we properly explored with our main three what they do want to be when they grow up, which it's fine. Like, it's a crazy thing to try to figure out when you're 16 years old, but it is realistically what you gotta do. You gotta start thinking about it. And I do wish we were able to explore what our main three want to do when they grow up, rather than them taking that test, them being like, oh, it says I should be a police officer. Oh, it says I should be a prison guard. Like, you know, it's like, that's fun, do the test, but like also tell me what you really want to do. But I was like, man, this sucks. Like, Buffy's gonna grow up to be the vampire slayer, and she just has to be a full-time vampire slayer, and she's not gonna get paid. How is she gonna live? And you guys were like, girl, this comment sums it up pretty well. This is what this person said. Regarding the issue of the slayer being paid, typically they don't survive long enough for that to be a concern. An 18-year-old slayer would be considered old. In fact, you could say the Watchers Council does not expect a slayer to survive past their 18th birthday. That's crazy. I never really thought of, I mean, I did think about that, like, oh, they expect, I think they've mentioned it. Like, they've mentioned it in the past where vampire slayers, they don't really grow up because, you know, it's a hard job, and a lot of them just die very young, which makes me think, wow, it's crazy that this Watchers Council is putting such a important world-altering job in the hands of a 15-year-old. I think a lot of them start around 15, maybe even 14, which is crazy. But it's just funny. Like, it's funny when you think about it. Like, why is this job, why is this vampire slayer duty not going to a full-grown woman? Like, why are we putting it on a little 14-year-old? But, you know, then it wouldn't be a teen drama. And if you look at the teen drama genre and you start trying to think realistically about how this has happened to such young people, you know, the teen drama genre would quickly fall apart. I guess because I know that there are 7 seasons of Buffy, I don't even remember. 7? Yeah, 7 seasons. I assume every season is like a year in their life. So I'm assuming that Buffy is going to live at least 7 years, which means she's going to get into her adulthood. It is possible that this all ends with Buffy dying at the end of the 7th season. I think that's a big possibility. But so that would take her to her early 20s, 21, 22. So maybe she'll go to college, and a lot of the second half of the Buffy series will be like her being in college and not having to worry about, I wonder if her mom makes enough to help her through college, or if she's going to have to get a job. I don't know. I don't know how the show's going to do it, but I wonder. Now I'm thinking too far ahead. Now I'm letting my brain stray too far ahead, where I'm thinking, how is this show going to end? If it does, is she somehow going to be able to pass on her duty as the Slayer to someone else? And is she going to get a normal job and go on to graduate college at the end of the series and graduate into like normal adulthood and get to live a normal life somehow? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember what the point of me talking about all this was. I spiraled too much. Not expecting their slayers to live past 18 years old. Maybe we should, up the age requirement for the position. If that's the case. Maybe that would be a good idea. But then, we wouldn't have the show. So I get it. It's whatever. You just look past it to enjoy the show. I think I'm going to leave it there. We are going to start right away with episode 11, titled Ted. If you would like to watch my full reactions to the show, that is available below on my Patreon. Thank you so much to those who are supporting me on Patreon. You guys are a huge, huge help. But if you would rather watch my edited reaction here on YouTube, then let's get into it.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness.
You guys, you know how it says in every generation there's a chosen one? Does the Watchers Council judge generations by like a 3-year gap? Every generation actually means every 3 years to them.
Who is the real power? The captain or Tennille?
Who are these people?
Yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Tennille? Boy, somebody was raised in a culture-free environment.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's never good.
You guys wait here a second. No.
That's just her mom.
Mom!
Oh, this must be Ted.
Oh, this is my daughter, Buffy.
I feel like I haven't seen Joyce in a long time.
This is Ted.
All these late nights at the gallery recently, I gather you were cataloging more than art.
Well, I've been looking for the right moment to introduce you to.
So this has been going on. Do we think Ted's going to turn out to be a villain? Give Joyce a break.
Because without the DMA upgrade, your computer's only half a rocket ship.
Yeah, but who can afford the upgrades?
What are those?
Can I just say, this is the finest pizza ever on God's
That's
green
pizza?
earth. What is your secret?
I know you're the most important thing in her life, and, well, gosh, that makes you pretty important to me, too. We really want you to be okay.
I really want to know how long this has been going on.
I'm okay.
Just taking out a little aggression.
Vampires are creeps.
Yes.
They run around and they kill people and they take over your whole house. They start making these stupid little mini pizzas and everyone's like, I like a mini pizza, but I'm telling you,
I hate it when vampires start making mini pizzas too, Buffy. I get it.
Did you even bother to taste them? No. Well, I did, and I'm here to tell you, those mini pizzas have changed my life.
All you gotta do is eat the pizza, and all of a sudden, everything's all right in the world.
So far, all I see is someone who apparently has a good job, seems nice and polite, and my mother really likes him.
What kind of a monster is he?
Right.
Seeing my mother Frenching a guy is definitely a ticket to therapy,
Yeah,
man, but it's
yeah.
more than that. I'm pretty good at sensing what's going on around me, and there's definitely something wrong with this.
Why
Ted.
is he here?
Buffy, do you like miniature golf?
Who doesn't?
We would love to, honestly, but unfortunately we have that thing on Saturday.
I'm tired of doing that thing. We're on. Great.
I don't know if this show has just messed with my mind and made me I gotta pause because I'm not ready. So the last time we saw Calendar and Giles was when she was possessed by a demon of his past, Igon, and it really messed with her because it would mess with anyone when you're possessed like that. Basically, she was like, we gotta take a break here, and it was all too much for her, and they have not spoken since, and now I'm very interested to see how this conversation goes. I assume this is gonna be a first conversation. I don't know, unless they've talked without the show showing us, but that would be rude. Oh, about Ted, like, oh, cookies, mini golf, pizza, like, I don't know. I feel it too, Buffy. Like, it seems a little too good to be true. I'm leaning 75% of me is thinking he's going to turn out to be the villain of this episode. Also, why is he showing up? Okay, I guess it makes sense that he would show up at school to, like, do, like, software stuff, because that's what he does. But it's weird that it's just weird that it's happening all of a sudden. It's not like he's the school's software guy that her mom is now dating. It's like he's a random guy that her mom's dating who's now coming in to do software stuff. Like, I'm not entirely convinced he's just a random good guy. Like, maybe he's trying to get close to Buffy for some reason and he's bad. Also, you know what? I haven't shown you guys my puppy Karma in a long time. Karma, I'm sorry. I want to show you. We're going to stop quickly before we get into this possibly depressing scene with Calendar and Giles, and I'm going to show you my puppy. When I last showed her to you guys, I think she was like 3 or 4 months old. Now she's like 8 months old. And when I showed you guys her last, you guys were like, oh my god, she's so big, she's going to get so big. But she actually hasn't gotten very big. She's stayed relatively little. Every dog grows at a different rate, so I don't know if she's done growing or if she's still got a lot of growing to go because she has so many different breeds in her. Let me show you an update on Karma. I'm going to have to put the microphone down, so I'm not going to be able to talk during it, but 1 second. Ow. Okay, I just smacked myself with the mic. So anyways, that's my puppy Karma. I will be referring to her as my puppy as the years go by, no matter how old she gets. Anyways, getting back to... I hope this goes well.
Some of your textbooks were delivered to the library.
Send the kids by to pick them up.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
Pretty flimsy excuse for coming by to see me.
So this is the first time he's stopped in.
I stayed out of mortal danger for 3 whole weeks.
That's
You
great.
get used to it.
That's really great for Sunnydale.
You make me feel bad that I don't feel better. I don't want that responsibility.
Sorry.
Oh, man. That sucked even harder than I expected.
Fine, I'll give Ted a chance. I'll play mini golf and I'll smile and curtsy and be the dutiful daughter. Do I have to like him?
Kiss me.
Finally, something I want to do.
I bet that means your grades will be picking up soon.
My grades?
He wants to know everything about you. He's concerned. That's a good
See,
thing.
red flag.
Ooh, nice shot.
Okay, maybe not. This is what I'm saying. Like, maybe he is just, like, really caring about Joyce and wants to know about Joyce's daughter. But me, personally, I'm like, why do you care about Buffy so much? Why do you want to know about Buffy? It's a little suspicious.
Oh, bad luck, little lady.
No, we won't count it.
We won't.
No, it's just miniature golf.
What we teach her is what she takes out into the world when we're not there. Whether it's at school or an unchaperoned party. I don't mean to overstep my bounds. This is between you and your mother. I just think right is right.
Ew. What in the world? You don't... Ew. This man. Why are you acting like this? That is over... I don't mean to overstep that. Then don't. This is your second time meeting Buffy, and you're trying to domineer parenting style over a mini golf game, and what? Like, what? That's so... I don't like him. He's the villain. I don't care if he doesn't turn into a monster or not. I mean, come on. Like, him acting like this isn't a unredeeming quality, but, like, it doesn't look good. I hate that when you can't come in and just start acting like a dad and start bossing her around and trying to teach life lessons in the middle of mini golf on the second time meeting her. What are you doing?
Fine. I'll just go hit my ball from the rough. Hey, how about that? Got a hole in 2.
Beg to differ.
Creep.
Okay, so find my score or whatever.
I think you're missing the point here, little lady. And I'm here to tell you, It is not a game. And I don't stand for that kind of malarkey in my house.
Your
It's a good
house?
thing I'm not in your house.
Do you want me to slap that smart-ass mouth of yours? Who's up for dessert? I made chocolate chip cookies.
Buffy, you've got to try one of these. They're really good.
Okay, so he is unredeemable. And he's definitely the monster of the episode. Why is he hitting himself with a club? So at first, when he started getting, like, harping on her about rule following, I was like, oh, him and Principal Snyder would get along wonderfully. But then he started going into the my house nonsense and then said he was going to literally slap her across the face. Excuse me? If he's the monster of the week, he's not a smart one. Because, like, why would he? What? It's like he doesn't have strategy to what he's doing here. You know what I mean? Like, he's not someone who's been trying to get at Buffy. Unless he's just that dumb. Like, and has, like, this well thought out plan to take her down because he wouldn't act this way. It's like he's the type of monster that can't even help it. And the slapping on his leg. What in the world? I don't know.
I've got juice. I've got sticky buns. Oh, don't they smell good? Ted made them.
Oh.
Honey, look, I wouldn't have anything to do with anybody if they didn't care about you. But he does. I don't understand why you can't see that.
Tell her.
He threatened me. He said that he was going to slap my face.
He said no such thing. He's making dinner for us tonight, so I'd like you home, please, promptly at 6.
Your daughter just said that your new boyfriend told her he was gonna slap her. I don't like when parents take, like, you've known this guy for how long? And that's your daughter, and you're gonna believe the guy's story. Why? Because he told you first? Or maybe it's just the rose-tinted glasses phase, you know what I mean? And it sucks. Because she wants his perfect personality that he's showing her to be real so badly that she just won't accept to hear the reality of it, so she's in denial. Oh, it's frustrating.
Buffy, it just seems like you want him to be corrupt or something. The guy lost his
Oh, it's
senses
annoying
over
that no one
mini golf.
believes her.
So he's a little uptight.
This is like that Once Friends episode.
Yeah, see, this says D13.
Well, I thought that
you
we
thought,
were...
huh? Yeah, well, that didn't really work out too well for it, did you, idiot?
The usher told her...
Well, the usher must be right. What with all the training they go through? Hey, man, you want the aisle?
No, I'm good. I don't think you should be seeing Tommy anymore.
You don't?
No. The guy is mean. He screamed. He actually screamed at this couple sitting in our seats.
Yeah, and at the end of the play, he got up, you know, and he just started, like, banging his hands together.
I'm just saying there's some things in life you have to accept.
And I'm saying Ted ain't one of them.
Hey, Cordy, nice
Oh
outfit.
my god, I thought it was gonna be Ted
Oh,
again.
very funny. What are you saying?
Nice outfit?
Well, why don't you just keep your mouth shut?
Would you guys excuse me for a sec?
Wait, what? Oh my god, why did I was so focused on Ted this episode that I have the craziest short-term memory when I watch TV. Like, I literally will say something at the beginning of the episode and be like, yeah, so this is what happened. 5 minutes into the episode, I'm so absorbed in whatever is happening that I forgot what already happened that I would literally talked about 5 minutes ago. He just complimented Cordy. He calls her Cordy now. He just complimented her and goes, nice outfit. And she is not about it. She's not about it. You know what? This is interesting. This is interesting behavior, because I thought at the end of the last episode, I was like, oh, I think that if this becomes an unrequited love, one of them is going to fall and the other one's not, because I don't see them as endgame. I thought that she was going to be the one. But this is suggesting, like, he is kind of falling into, like, the normal, like, he's complimenting her and she's like, shut up, and she's not acting into it. I wonder if they've kissed since. Oh my god, I think we're about to find out.
I'm not gonna tell. They're not gonna know. Not your friends, not my friends. You wanna go to the utility closet and make out?
God, is that all you ever think about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which removes the risk of crashing your whole system.
Okay, so he legit is like a human with a human job. Whoa, he's killing it.
Thank God he's taken off for the wedding. He's got it set for 2 months from now. Believe me, I am counting the days.
It's not going to be Joyce in that picture. The wedding. Oh. That's even weirder. That's odd. That's odd.
Looks good.
Well, you know, little lady, it's not just for looks, it's for building strong bodies.
Little lady. Ugh.
Are you two engaged?
Goodness, no. Whatever gave you that idea?
Now, Joycey, let me handle this. If things go the way I hope, maybe Someday soon, I just might ask her to tie the knot. How would you feel about that?
Disgusted.
I'd feel like killing myself. Buffy?
No, I told her to be honest.
He probably crunched the numbers and was like, okay, so if my statistics here are right, I should be able to marry her in 2 months' time. I bet that's what it is. He's got a whole set plan.
Here, vampires.
Honestly, why can't we like hang out with Spike and Drusilla instead? Ooh.
Your mother told you to go to your room, Buffy.
Oh
You and
my
I
God.
both know she didn't mean climb out a window and go gallivanting about town. What exactly is a vampire slayer?
It's none of your business.
Let me show you.
Beg to differ, little lady.
I think you better get out of here. Now.
This is interesting that he doesn't, maybe he's not supernatural or like paranormal or whatever. And he's just a really terrible guy. He really doesn't know. I thought this was going to be like he was a paranormal monster and was coming after Buffy, but he doesn't know who the Slayer is.
That's mine, and you are not leaving this room in it.
Take your hand off me.
No. I was so hoping you'd do that.
This is am I watching a full
Ted.
No way. No way.
You killed him.
No. Why did she just say it like that? No, that wasn't real. That wasn't real. No, that wasn't real. Why did she say it? That wasn't. Why did you? No. That was a weird line delivery then. Why did she say it like that? I want to see that line delivery again.
You killed him.
You killed him. No. That feels like a dream. And then it's going to cut to him in a body bag? And that was for real just a normal guy? And did Joyce not see him smack Buffy twice?
I hit him.
That's manslaughter. Possible murder. What in the world? I did not see this episode taking this turn.
He was in my room.
Yeah,
And we
okay,
got
so
into an
it's
argument.
self-defense, so technically
what?
it's...
But he had my diary, and I tried to take it back, and that's when he hit me.
Where? Well, it doesn't look like he hit you very hard.
That's so annoying because she doesn't...
I don't bruise easily.
She doesn't bruise easily, like extremely not easily because she's the Slayer, so like the way that he hit her should have left bruising, I think. Shoot, but it doesn't show up on her because she's...
I told you what happened. I didn't mean to.
I believe you. Things got out of hand. He's a big guy.
Why was he hitting himself in the leg? At mini golf. This is crazy. This feels like just one long nightmare. I don't know, this whole episode just has a different vibe from the whole series to me for some reason.
He was a person. And I killed him.
I'm not so sure about that.
Why not?
It was an accident.
I'm the
But
Slayer.
even if he was, I don't know, maybe we'll find out somehow that he wasn't actually human and then she'll feel better about all this. Because this being on her conscience going forward is crazy. I can't believe this is real. Like, I know he was a bad guy and he got physical with her and she had the capability to stand up for herself and fight back. Thank God, because what if she was just a little girl, like a little teenage girl in that moment? That's going to lead to who knows what type of abuse coming from that man down on her. But because she's not just a normal teenage girl and she was able to fight back, it's like, thank God she was able to get herself out of that situation. But also, it led to this, which is not what she intended. This is a messy situation. This is a scary, sad, messed up situation.
Man, this is killing me. That bastard was up to something. I know it. If I could just get my hands on him. There's no way, no how does Buffy put the big hurt on an innocent man. Nice Uncle Ted was dirty.
Do you know what? And he hit her hard. Like, he hit her really hard. And he's right. Like, maybe because him saying, like, Buffy wouldn't do that to someone who wasn't paranormal, basically. Like, what if he hit her so hard, twice, I think, and he had the strength of something paranormal, and so her body reacted with the same strength? and she was just a better fighter. I don't know. Maybe that's what like triggered it inside of her like Slayer self, was the strength in his abuse. I don't know.
The guilt, it's pretty hard to bear. It won't go away soon.
I guess you should know since you helped raise that demon that killed that guy that time.
Yes.
Thank you, Cordelia.
Worrying isn't going to solve any problems.
Yeah, what's in the cookies? Is that why he was cooking so much? Because and Buffy was never eating the stuff that he made. So that's why she didn't fall for the whole Ted rose-tinted glasses. But everyone else loved Ted. And what was everyone else doing? Eating his food. Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive, but I think it's Dematorin. It's like a tranquilizer. Keeps you all mellow and compliant.
Let's check it out. Get our Slayer back on her feet before somebody else gets hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, I get that reaction from men all the time. I was so harsh the other day. I'm so sorry. I mean, I know how badly you must feel about putting me in danger before.
Imagine how I must feel now.
Oh, shoot.
Well, it's official. This day can't get any worse.
Beg to differ.
You died.
That's right, little lady. You killed me.
Little lady.
Do we have something to say about that? No matter how you put him down, a good salesman always bounces back.
See the way that he flung her across her bedroom? She is the Slayer, and he has the strength to fling her across the room. This is what I'm saying. Before, when he hit her, I think like her body responded with the strength that he had. Right? Get it, Calendar. Careful. I'm so happy he's back though, because now Joyce can like believe Buffy.
Shut down for a while to get you off my back.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Nice shot, lady.
That wasn't plain fair, Missy.
Oh my.
You're gonna find hell of a day. Makes you feel like you're 18 again.
He's like a robot.
Don't worry about me and your mother. We're going to be very happy.
You think Joyce is going to be like, oh, welcome back. Like, what do you think's going to happen when you walk downstairs, buddy?
I'll take the bag.
Check for cookies. This doesn't seem like Ted at all.
Yeah, and this rug, it doesn't go with the rest of the decor.
It's covering something.
I know you didn't mean to.
Joyce? They said I must have been dead for 6 minutes. They said any longer and it would have caused brain damage. An intern found me. It's a miracle, Joyce. A miracle.
Oh, Ted.
My God.
No, you don't have to worry about Buffy. You don't have to worry about anything. Daddy's here.
Ew. You don't give that energy. I'm sorry. What in the world? What? I'm like, ew, what?
Let's go.
Tell me.
We need evidence.
We got it.
What's in there?
His first 4 wives.
Before she sees you, because I'm sure she's...
Do we have to worry about Buffy right now? How about worrying about Teddy? He's the one who died.
I don't
Joyce,
know what to do.
Don't let him speak to you like that.
I'm going to make things right. Want a little gravy with that? Can go away where no one will bother us again.
Ted, I think you might want to rest for a while.
Some night, huh? Yeah, you really know how to woo a girl back, don't you?
Ow, ow.
Well, whatever it takes to get them friendly again, because they were great together.
You're going to love the house. It's furnished just the way you like it. I spend a lot of telling me what to do. Time decorating. I already have your clothes. They're your size. They're always your size. You left me once, but I keep bringing you back.
Get off me.
This house is mine.
No, can we talk about how much of an upgrade is to the robot episode in the first season? So, are we gonna show this to like the autopsy people? I don't know how they're gonna take it. I don't know, maybe they'll just move right past it. and won't take it serious, but there's a possible trial coming up for Buffy because of this whole situation. But then he said that the intern was shocked because he literally got up from the autopsy table. I think that's who he was talking about. And he came back and now he's dead again, but he's like robot dead. They can't just like cover up the murder because it's already been outed and now his body is missing from the morgue and that's evidence, right? And so what's gonna happen? Are they gonna have to be like, okay, he came back, here is his body, it turns out he was a robot? Is that what they're gonna explain to the police? I mean, the FBI are in on the supernatural world, so. And actually, wasn't the Principal Snyder also knows about the supernatural, and he was talking to a police officer at one point, and the police officer also knew. So maybe all of them know, and they'll be able to like swipe it all under the rug because they know they know what's up.
I'm dying and my wife dumps me. I build a better Ted. He brings her back, holds her hostage in his bunker, oh love, until she dies. He keeps bringing her back over and over. Now that's creepy on a level I hardly knew existed.
Okay, that's it. I give up. Do I have to sound an air horn every time I walk into a room?
Oh my god, Calendar and Giles. Cute! Oh, yay! Oh, what a perfect way to end the episode. That was cute. That was nice. I'm happy to see them back. Okay, wait, but I'm a little bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. About the explanation there at the end. Wait, let me stop my screen recording. I'm a little confused about the explanation at the end of the episode. Okay, so I went to the Buffyverse wiki page for this episode. Buffy was cleared of all charges, discussing their discoveries about Ted. Apparently, the real Ted was a sickly and unsuccessful inventor in the 1950s whose wife left him. In desperation, he built a robot version of himself, a better Ted, possibly to be the man that he thought his wife should have. The robot then kidnapped Ted's wife and held her captive in his bunker until she died. And the robot then sought out other women resembling Ted's dead wife and repeated the process over and over again. Okay. Interesting. Oh my god. So then Ted, the real Ted, I wonder how much of that he lived through. But they said he was sickly, so maybe he passed pretty soon after creating the robot version of himself. Or maybe he created it because he was sickly, so he knew he was going to die soon. And so he wanted to live on for his wife, who was going to outlive him. So then that's why he made the robot version of himself. And then maybe he died not even realizing what a terrible creation he'd made. This episode just had a very different feel to me for some reason. It felt darker. I don't know, the way that it was directed. I'm interested. This one was directed by Bruce Seth Green. What other episodes, I wonder, has he directed so far? Because I don't know, the directing just felt so different. Oh wow, he's directed a good amount. So it's not like we have a new director. He has directed Teacher's Pet, The Pack, Nightmares, Some Assembly Required, Halloween, The Dark Age, and Ted, and then he'll go on to direct another one yet. So it's not that this is like a new director that put a new twist or a new vibe to the episode or the show. Written by David Greenwalt and Joss I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, Whedon or Whedon. Joss is obviously like the creator of the show, right? He directs a lot. He is the creator and executive producer. Yeah. So it's not like, I don't know why this episode felt like such a different vibe. We have a familiar director on it. We have a familiar writing team. I don't know why this episode just felt so different for me. Is that just me? Am I just making things up in my head, or did you feel like some sort of shift in this episode too? I don't know. Ted was creepy though. Ted was really one of those legitimately scary villains to me. Something that's so scary, one of my biggest fears is like something happening to me, or it's just I don't know, I guess something happening to me and people like not believing me, and think about like it being your own family and friends that aren't believing you and you're like alone in whatever is happening to you. Like that is one of the scariest things I could ever imagine. And so like this one really had me on edge and feeling for Buffy, and had me really worried and had me really afraid of Ted, which I mean, that's the goal. So the job well done to the episode, but my God, it was a heavy one. And now we have Bad Eggs next. But do I want to talk about anything? It's interesting that we got a love interest for Joyce. I wonder if she is going to continue to date as the show goes on. I imagine this is going to set her back a bit, but I wonder now if she's ever going to have like the one for her. that's going to become a series regular and steps in as like Joyce's long-term partner. If that happens, I don't see it happening in this season. Yeah, definitely not in this season, maybe in later seasons. And then we had some Cordelia and Xander fun happen in this episode. They are still making out in secret, it seems. And then we had Giles and Calendar reconciling and getting back together. And I'm very happy about that. So it's interesting. We had like one of the darkest sub-A plots. I don't know the correct terminology, but like the main plot of the episode was one of the darkest I've seen yet. And the B plots of the episode with like Cordelia and Xander and Giles and Calendar were so wholesome. So like the juxtaposition was like, it was an interesting matchup, but it made for an entertaining episode for sure. So that being said, let's get into bad eggs. Egg or eggs? Bad eggs. Plural.
Come on, Mom, please.
Why were there just like casually a cowboy down there? Was that just for no reason that we had a cowboy? Okay. Oh. We're seeing the cowboy again. So it was for a reason.
Do you mind? We were talking here.
I ain't done yet. Well, you're a rough one, ain't you? I'll have that. This ain't over.
I was not expecting him to get away. Are we going to have a cowboy episode? This ain't over. You know what he reminded me of? He kind of reminded me of Beetlejuice. Just his mannerisms and the way he moved. I don't know. Why are the noises?
You know what? This would work a lot better for me if you didn't talk.
Well, it'd work a lot better for me with the lights off.
Are you saying that you can't look at me when we
I think that's what she's saying.
Whatever it is we do?
No, it's not that I can. It's just more, I don't want to.
I don't need this.
Ditto, like a hole in the head.
It's just, fighting is just foreplay for them, isn't it?
How many of us have lost countless productive hours plagued by unwanted sexual thoughts?
Yes.
That was a rhetorical question, Mr. Harris, not a poll. That there are negative consequences to having sex. Would anyone care to offer one such consequence?
So are you talking about sex in the car or out of the car? Because I have a friend, not me, was in a Miata parked at the top of the hill, and then she kicked the gear shift.
What about the heartbreak of halitosis? I mean, a girl may seem spiffy, but if she ignores her flossing, the bloom is definitely off the rose.
Like that compares to kissing a guy who thinks the Hoover technique is a big turn-on.
Another consequence of sexual activity. Anyone? Else?
Pregnancy.
How about pregnancy? That would be a major one, right?
I present you with your offspring. You will split into parenting teams.
Did you have to do like is this a real thing? Like having to take care of an egg? Did you guys ever have to do that? I didn't ever have to take care of anything ever. Like we never did that. But my cousin, I remember their school had like a baby simulator, like a little baby robot that they had to take care of, and they were in partners. A little bit strange, very strange. It's weird. You know what's also weird is, I never had to take care of anything as part of a home ec type of class or a sex ed class or health or anything like that. But in the 7th grade, we had to get married as a project in class, and like we got signed up with partners to get married, and we had to like plan our weddings and honeymoons. I don't know.
I know we just met, but isn't that Xander Jr. you're holding?
Why is Oz not in this class and partnering up with Willow? Because that's what I want to see.
Yeah, the only thing that stresses me is when do we tell them they're adopted?
Then you didn't show, so...
I'm a single mother.
No man of her own.
Do you know what this says about me?
I'd prefer that for class. I'd rather do it on my own.
Your playmate is a fellow of repute, it seems. They're from Abilene. They made their reputation by massacring an entire Mexican village in 1886. Why do you all have eggs?
Hey, maybe you can have Angel help you find the Gorges.
I see a lot of hunting getting done in that scenario.
Please. Like Angel and I are just helpless slaves to passion. Grow up.
Cut to, yeah.
Got the Slayer? Yep. Ain't that Angelus with her? Yep.
I don't know how I feel about our cowboy brother villains. Like, as villains. I mean, I don't know how, like, interesting they are to me. And we got, like, I don't know, there's got to be a twist in the episode, right? Like, I don't know. This is weird. This is, like, a weird setup for the episode. We just meet the main villain in the first scene. He gets away. We find out he's got a brother. They're chilling in a tree, talking about how they're going to take down the Slayer, as they all think they can. Where's the twist? What in the world? This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Ew! Not in the ear hole. Oh, this is why these last couple episodes, like, the craziest things keep happening, and I'm like, there's no way this is real. I don't know why my brain is thinking this way, because everything, like, what do I expect? Like, just normal things to happen in this universe? It's Buffy. But for some reason, these things keep happening in the last couple episodes that make me go, nah, this isn't happening. But it is, and I don't know why my brain is blocking stuff and, like, not allowing me to be like, wow, this is really happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Also, this episode's literally called Bad Eggs. So why am I surprised that the eggs are evil? Are the eggs evil? Did the cowboys plant the eggs? Is the teacher evil? And is she trying to kill her students? His teacher was a man. I don't think I've seen him before. We got 30 minutes of this episode left, and I'm already frustrated that I don't have it pinned down. But this is what I also equally love about season 2. It does not follow similar formulas to previous episodes in the first season. Like, it's harder to pin down where the episode's going to go, and it's equally frustrating and exciting, and I do enjoy that combination as a viewer. Like, are the cowboys and the eggs connected? I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm gonna beat you like a red-headed stepchild. Throw your ass out in that sunlight. Come on. You think you can?
Like, I don't care about these two. What is happening? I don't know. I just don't like them. Like, they're not interesting to me. The eggs, though? What in the world? What did the egg do to her last night?
What's the matter? Your egg keep you up all night?
You're killing me. Parenting's a pain.
Mr. Whitmore's out. Couldn't find an egg sitter or something.
Whitmore is out.
It didn't break.
Because it's not an actual egg.
Applied to scalding water in about 8 minutes.
You boiled your young?
Yeah, I know it sounds cruel, but sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind.
Technically, that would be cheating, yes?
No. It's like a shortcut.
Mr. Whitmore didn't show today.
That news is of the past.
He's missing? Presumed dead?
Presumed by whom?
Well, me.
Oh, I mean, probably, though.
Well, I think we should look around, don't you, Xander?
It can wait.
Well, his body could fall out of a closet somewhere. So we should check some closets.
Are they getting weirder? Have you noticed the weirdness of them?
No, that would be...
They're weird.
That would be the moment for me as a friend where I'd be like, oh, yeah, they're hooking up. That's the moment. But this is teen drama reaction, so it's got to be a bit more obvious for them to pick up on it. Although at the same time, it's literally Cordelia and Xander. So maybe I wouldn't pick up on it even if they were going that obvious about it. I don't know. Because it's like they're the last people you'd expect. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm really planning to have kids anytime soon. Maybe someday.
Well, you know, I can't.
Oh.
So you don't think about the future?
No.
Never?
She doesn't let herself.
Angel, when I look into the future, all I see is you.
I thought she was going to be like, when I look into the future, all I see is death. She took the more romantic approach, though. Not the basement. I remember the last time we were down here. I can't remember. A girl went down here and was killed by something. I don't know. We've been down here once before. It might have been the Invisible Girl episode that went to the FBI. It might have been that. It's the teacher. Is that a tunnel? That's a big tunnel. You see that? And also, that's so weird. What did the egg do to her? And then it didn't seem to affect her at all today, but clearly it did something to her last night. Could it do that the whole time? Why did... oh, wait, why is it so small? And why was it had such long, like, tentacles last night? Okay, she got it. Now we just have to do that like 26 more times to the other kids in class that have that coming out of their eggs.
Break it. Right now, I want you to smash it with something heavy.
Maybe it's a trap. Something the Gorge brothers planted for you?
Maybe.
Maybe it is just her egg. I don't know. I feel like it's everyone. No, it's definitely everyone's because of what we just saw at the school. Willow? Willow? Is she possessed? Everyone has to have their turn, I guess.
I want you to go to the library at 2:33 and study until I pick you up there at 5:30. Understood?
Your egg isn't acting odd or anything.
It isn't acting anything. It's an egg, Buffy. It doesn't emote.
But was there any more hatchling activity last night?
No. You were probably right. It was just a trap the vamp set for me. You know, I always say that a day without an autopsy, it's like a day without sunshine.
Oh my god. Is he... look at what you're...
Do we even know what to look for? I mean, how are we supposed to figure out what this thing is?
Turn it over.
You know,
Maybe
it's gonna attach itself to Cordelia without anyone realizing.
What's a piece of...
Okay, we haven't had some Cordelia Willow bonding time since, I think, like the first episode of this season. Stop, it's a bunch of students. Okay, so what? She was saying that there was like a mother creature. So in the tunnel in the basement, I'm guessing there's gonna be a giant version of whatever these little baby ones are. Ew.
Mr. Giles, hi. I was looking for...
No, he's affected too. That egg that was like in the...
I've been waiting to talk to her myself about
right?
history.
Wasn't there an egg earlier in the library shelf?
Bristow's Demon Index? Hell's Offspring?
A hobby of mine, but having
a
nothing
hobby
to do with Buffy in any way. What was that?
Yeah, probably the janitor.
Why drag us in here?
Are they saving you for like... Oh, great.
Bad now.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
There we go. Done and done. What's happening? What's going on with these cowboys? Like, they were just randomly had a couple scenes in the beginning of the episode, and now they're like AWOL.
Prehistoric parasite.
It is a giant
Mother
one.
hibernates underground laying eggs.
Do we really want to go in there?
Yeah.
We really don't.
Careful.
How do you kill that?
We can't let them spread
So
those eggs.
big.
I'll handle it. Can you hold down the fort?
I need a weapon. I'm gonna need a big weapon.
Yeah, like what weapon are we gonna use here? It's so funny. Ah, they do show up again.
She's so cute.
Guys, this really isn't a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Okay, maybe we can feed them to the bazaar or something.
I don't want to hurt you some of the time. That's my bomb!
Jeez. Just push them into her and see what happens. Oh my gosh, she's like hacking it from the inside. What if she's not? What if she saves the brother? Oh, sweet. They're gonna be so confused when they wake up, though. Also, did she save his brother, and are we gonna have these two cowboy vampires on our side because of it? Or are we just gonna kill him? We're just gonna kill him.
It's over.
Coward, running away. I keep expecting, I think someone said this when, on the Halloween episode, when I was surprised that Spike wanted to kill Buffy when she was in her weakened state. I was like, what? I thought for some reason I would expect him to want to fight with honor. Like, I thought he'd want a fair fight because he just seemed like that kind of villain to me. But you guys were like, Cassie, no. You idiot. Vampires don't care about honor. They're vampires. And just now, like, I was so stupid. I still do that sometimes where I'm like, well, maybe if she saves the brother, they'll be on our side. Like, no, vampires don't think like that. Like, if somehow she saved the brother, they'd turn right back on her and kill her because they're vampires and they are demons without souls. Like, I need to get that through my head. But yeah, anyways. Okay, so I wonder, since that one cowboy brother got away, I wonder if we're going to see him again. I'm not really a fan of them. I don't want to see him again.
Did I really hit you?
You knocked me out.
Did I hit you?
Yes, everyone hit me.
Good. Well, I don't mean good because I hate you, but I didn't want to be left out.
Young lady, you have to learn some responsibility, okay? Once and for all.
I'm grounded.
You're already grounded. You will not leave your room at any time except to go to school or the bathroom.
I mean, that's just not going to happen.
Besides, I'm not breaking any rules.
Oh, what? They're in the window?
Are you going to bed?
In a minute.
Okay. I will say, you guys, the episode before this, Ted, was another 10 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. This one, I'm not going to rate it because I don't know. But I can say this was the one that broke the 10 out of 10 streak for me. Not to say I did not enjoy it. It was still entertaining. I just wasn't a fan of like the cowboys. I don't know why. I just the cowboys, and even like the egg thing. Like it's fun. But it's like, okay, I don't know. It got me frustrated again with the fact that Joyce doesn't know what Buffy is dealing with. Oh, the responsibility spiel that she gives Buffy, it ticks me off every time. And it's not her fault because I understand that she just doesn't know what's going on and how much Buffy's dealing with. But it still is like, I just want her to, I want Joyce to know. I'm over it. I'm over the you need to be responsible talks from Mom. I just want her to know what's going on for her safety and for the sake of their relationship, and so I don't have to hear about how irresponsible she thinks Buffy is anymore. Like, oh, it's frustrating. So when we get episodes where that happens, it always does, it irks me. We got a lot of Xander and Cordelia in this episode, canoodling and continuing that. That's really fun to watch. We got a lot of Buffy and Angel making out as well. You know, instead of a closet, their spot of choice is a graveyard. Very romantic. You know what we didn't get? We didn't get Oz. They just like to dangle him in front of me and then take him away, which is frustrating. I need him in these next couple episodes desperately. Remember when I said that I could be patient? I decided I'm against that. I need him and Willow together because we have Angel and Buffy in my face, and we have Cordelia and Xander in my face, and I want Willow and, I was going to say Seth Green, Oz. Willow and Oz. I don't know. This did I miss anything major that happened in this episode, or like any major like thematic undertones or anything like that? I feel like this one, not much happened in this episode, if I'm being honest. Which, like, you can't expect them all to be bangers. It's just impossible with a 22 episode, 40 minutes per episode season. Let me know if I'm, like, saying anything controversial here. Is this a fan favorite episode? And I'm going to be, like, torn apart in the comments. Like, what? You missed this. This is the best episode because of this. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But this wasn't my favorite episode, but that's okay. What are the next two titles? Surprise and Innocence. Wow. Surprise could be anything. Maybe Drusilla and Spike will be back, because I think it was in the Ted episode where they mentioned that, you know, I think that they think that Drusilla and Spike are gone, if not at the very least extremely weak and unable to fight. So I think like their comeback, I like that they're not back yet. I like that we're taking a break from Spike and Drusilla, because I feel like in this break what's happening is Drusilla is bringing Spike back to full power, and then when they make their comeback together, they're both going to be at full power, and it's going to be intense, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So Surprise, maybe, I don't know, maybe it could be their comeback, but I feel like their comeback is going to be later in the season at this point, because I think it's going to be a really big deal. So maybe it's toward the end of the season they'll come back. I don't know. And Innocence, that's quite a title for an episode, and it could be very sad. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.